Alright, I think I have everything good to go. It's gonna be a long thing I'm doing, but I'm on the home stretch, and for the home stretch I mean, it'll be a very big, tall task. Let's see, what was I doing? Alright, I think I have
Oh man, it
scared
scared
the
the crap out of me.
I have my second thing open. Absolutely scared the living crap out of me. Let's see. For now, what I mainly want to do is work on the city more. A lot to do, a lot of explaining to do. I'll be brief in my explanations because, it's just new stuff I don't want to get spoiled away. I'm working on a massive underground area called the Clockwork City, which is the home for an event and expansion for the server. An idea I've been tinkering with here and there, but nothing too concrete right now besides the city itself. And other things I'm planning. It's gonna be such a tall task. And hoping I don't burn out trying. But it'll be pretty cool no less. The main thing right now is to get done with Main Street. And my home. Possibly a few other sites in the city. Oh no, not baby zombies. Freaking terrors of the land. Baby zombies. In hindsight, I really should put like a boat path or a ice trail or even elytra flights, but instead I chose minecarts. It's related, so that'd be pretty cool. And I have no minecarts. Should have learned from the first city not to do this, but well, I already done it. This is what I have so far from the main plaza area of the city, which is already pretty big. Over there would be the library. The Library of Knowledge. Over there will be the City Hall. Down here is Main Street I'm working on right now. It's already a big endeavor. This is pretty much Main Street I'm working on, and at the very end of this hall will be my little home, Kyo Manor. I'm very proud of working on that. Later times, though, later times. For now, I'm currently working on the additions of quests on the server. Mainly the expansion quests that will come out for this, and that's... oh man, is that a task and a half. Since I'm doing most of this myself, especially like the questing and implementing of certain things, I'm doing a lot of writing. Some of it pretty fun, some of it kind of tedious. And that's what I get. I guess I'm making a full-on quest line. It's difficult, but pretty rewarding. May just expand my horizons, if it will. Something like that. It's nice to get a change of pace from what I usually do. Well, usually it's just mining, redstone, and then occasionally chatting. This time I'm making entire quest lines with NPC, storylines, and all sorts of stuff. Not used to it. Really not used to it. It's all new territory. And doing so, I'm learning new things and increasing my ability to storytell. Sorely needs the time of day. I'll just go over because I'm already thinking about it. Some characters I'm writing for this storyline, such as the great, the powerful. Oh, dang it. That scared the crap out of me too, the voting thing. The great, the powerful, Terra Nova. The really, I'll describe him, egotistical mage. He's too full of himself for his own good, I guess. Really wants to let everyone know he's the greatest. There's some reason to be like that, but it's mostly just him being him. It's a strange character to write, but man, I'm kind of liking it. There's a bit of reason as to why he says the things he does. But really, he's just too full of himself. He has gone uncounted for too long. And, oh man, I'm writing robots for this. Like, really dumb, somewhat dumb robots. Like, their style of speech is a bit weird because instead of just running things in the background and they're kind of off on their speech, it's really weird. Error. Unknown files detected. Greeting rays enabled. Hello. Something like that. Just really weird speech. I've been loving writing that. Another thing that I'm writing about is, the ending. Oh man. And there's one thing I am not fully looking forward to is getting the stages of that done. Because I plan to have a workshop area for like a type of cutscene. Maybe not a complete cutscene, but like an interactive cutscene. I don't know what it's called. It's a very unique style thing where it's not a sit and watch, but actively do. Interactive cutscene, I like it. Also a lot of blinking on missing moments too, like whole lore books, hidden stuff all around. It's quite fun for me. And I know not everyone will see everything in this expansion, at least not on the first go. Because I don't think the quest can be redone. No, I don't think they can. Oh, some can. The main ones, no. One time only. Kinda sucks too, because I'm putting a lot of work and I highly doubt everyone will see everything I do, but that's kind of the point. Just to kind of make stuff that no one will really all get. You can go out of your way to do it, it'd be really cool if you did, but you're not guaranteed and you don't have to. Just nice if you do. Saves me some time, knowing my work actually paid off. Knowing I can tell a fun and cool story is all that matters to me. And I am enjoying that. My favorites I've written so far is a loony who's convinced the world is ending and that he's in a war zone and he's trying to contract you to help fight his battles. New faces make me nervous, something like that. New faces make me nervous. That's how it's kind of spoken. Oh man, I love that line. And then he goes off his tangent about the war and everything else that's what he thinks is going on. In reality, he's just kind of paranoid and he's been out in the boonies for too long. And he has this assistant who's just kind of, oh yeah, he's a bit crazy, but I like to play along, it makes him happy. A lot of dynamics I'm working with I've never done before. So I was reading that in chat. I have so much Deep Slate. In fact, I have so much I'm opening up a shop soon called Cheap Slate. I got the name from Mumbo Jumbo in one of his joke shops. That actually did well. Surprised at that. Usually the shops never work out. But yep, I love the name so much, and frankly I have too much Deep Slates. So much I don't need it all. I have over like 12 double chests filled with Deep Slate. I don't need any more. Actually, I think I have almost 20 things at Deep Slate now. I forgot I had 5, 10, 6... 4, 8, yeah, that's a lot. Good lord, that's a lot, Deep Slayer. I really need to make the shop very soon because I need to get rid of it all. I have too much. At this rate, I'll be giving it away literally for free because I don't know what to do with it all. I don't want to burn it either because it's building materials, so it's useful stuff. But man, I have too much. Way too much. Heck, those shulkers, can you see them? Those shulkers are there filled with Deep Slate too. There's an entire chest filled there. And I had another one to that pile. At this rate, I might as well just give it out and leave it in a community chest or something. Just a deposit of deep slate. Maybe stone, I don't know. I mine them more than anything else. All I do really nowadays is mine. But man, it'll be worth it to see this place done. Because to me, mining, sometimes dealing with machinery is zen. Perfect zen. Some people have different things for that zen feeling. Mine is mining in Minecraft. And occasionally working on machinery, but that can go either way. Sometimes it's really nice to deal with some cool redstone contraptions when they work. Diagnosing problems that come with redstone contraptions, that's another issue. I have a gift for it, even still it annoys the heck out of me. When I can't figure out why. Why don't you work? Answer me or die. Something like that. I'm just dumping deep slate this pie. Well, I have well over like 20 chests of it now. I can't take any more. My place is overfilling. I'm a hoarder of deep slate. I'm a literal hoarder of deep slate. It's all I have more deep slate than anything else. By a very large margin. Let's see, I'm gonna count with you to that. That's 10 already. That'd be 10. That'd be oak. Oh, that can't be right. Sorry, 10. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that'd be 17, 18, 19, 20. That'd be about 23 double chests filled with deep slate. And if I count a few more, I can count it maybe as 24. In the old city, maybe 30. At this point, I have too much deep slate. I just open up the shop or get rid of it. I'm not even counting how many I've dumped already. That's at least another 4 or 5 chests filled. Double chests, I mean. The stuff I just got rid of because I can't keep any more deep slate. Look at all this. I've mined all this and I've got too much deep slate. At this point, I just need to cut my losses and give it out or something. I don't know. It's too much. It's becoming a problem. My whole little temporary base, the base between base, is literally overflowing with chests with deep slate. Not even in the storage room. The storage room's deep slate chests have been filled for ages now, months even. And true, I used about, let's see, 6, 7, 8, about 8 double chests of deep slate for that event I did recently. And I filled it back up in 3 days. All the chests I did, and even more so in 3 days. How many I've done after that, man? I filled up what I already used in 3 days of mining. Which is about, given estimate, maybe 6 hours every day. 6 hours every day of mining. Just straight mining, I count any downtime or breaks. About 6 hours. Every day for 3 days, that's quite a bit of mining. Most of it being deep slate. Not to mention the gravel and tuff, which I'm saving. That tuff is important. Not now, but later. When the new update comes about, I'm gonna have a monopoly on tuff. No one will have more tuff than I do. I'll be king of the world. Well, I guess a tough world. That actually sounds weird. A tough world. I really hope we can get this done at least today. The rest of the mining. Ideally, I get the rest of what's it called? The wall and floor done. And get the main shop lines planned out, other buildings up and running. Finally work on my house. I need that thing done. Been on the server for what, 3 months? I don't have a house yet. All I've had is base between bases. I've had one legitimate base as a starter base. That's what the closest I ever had to a home, was a starter base. And 3 in between bases. Base in between bases. One was literally just a closet. One was a little staging area for a mining operation. And the final one was about the same thing as the mining stage thing. Just a different version. Been staying in that one ever since. I tried moving into a smaller home, making it an actual home, but that didn't work out. Now I'm just reverting it into a workshop. Keeping some materials there. Thank God I didn't build a smelter there. I would have felt so bad tearing it apart. Let me take a drink. I need something. Much better. What I'm thinking of in this current moment. Nah, I got nothing. I'm trying to think of some cool names for characters because I don't have many left to do. At least name and write for. Actually, that's half a lie. Only half a lie. I have most of the characters already for the expansion, and a ton of writing left to do. I've only done the first act of the quest out of 3. Only got the first act done, which is the shortest act of all. Just like maybe 5 or 6 little quests that give it to the Act 2. Act 2 I can't do until a few things happen, like getting new storylines mixed in, some community feedback, and a few other things I need to think about. Act 3 though, that's where I come in guns blazing. With real wackos, bust ups, beat ups, and chains. Don't take that out of context, please. I say chains because of the gears and the workings, like it's clocks, and you get the idea. Sand belts, oh, that was something. And I'm filled up with deep slate again. Once again, I completely fill up with deep slate. I don't need it. I don't need any more. Oh, there's 20-something chest of it now. I don't need any more. I don't know, someday I'll come back and use all my deep slate and wish I would have saved some more. And that day won't be anytime soon. It took me a few weeks to use up 8. And that was non-stop building. It took me 2 weeks of almost non-stop building for days. Of maybe 4 or 5 hours of building each day. For about 2 weeks to use around 8 double chests of deep slate. I have around 20 right now. Well over double what I had. I'll be fine for quite a while. More than fine at this point. Oh, another thing I just realized. I'm writing lore books. A really cool thing I'm doing. Running some lore to expand the world of the server. In the survival aspect. Working closely with a couple people, including the owner, to write some lore books. They're mainly optional stuff, nothing we're gonna make. Thinking of the philosophy of these quests is they're all optional. Nothing there. It's just like you must do the quest. If you want some cool stuff, you can go ahead and do them. Otherwise, you don't really have to. The only thing you have to do is survive. Everything else is kind of optional. Hi, hello, Torrent. I see you. Man, just discussing the quest, not going into detail, but discussing quests. philosophies, the quest lines, the characters, and the lore books. Oh, the lore books. Oh man, one of my favorite lore books, which admittedly is just a bias of mine, is ABCs for Barbarians. Although the spoiler for this storyline, it only goes up to C. I know it's probably a spoiler of the century there, but it's a real shocker. It's been a staple of mine to put that freaking book everywhere in my builds since I first read it. Zuh. Ever since I first read ABCs for Barbarians, and trust me, I was invested in the book. Legitimately. I thought, ABCs for Barbarians? That's pretty cool. What do they all have there? It was a picture book, too. And they were listing mythical creatures and mythical items in their ABCs. A is for Atronarch, which they had pictures and everything and drawings. And then my surprise, I realized it only went up to C. I mean, I should have expected that. I really should have, and I didn't. But it was a nice surprise. Well, actually, I can't do picture books. I don't want to, but I could. Oh man. Instant ideas for picture books. Because I have like, what, 10, 12 lore books for this planned expansion? Some of them are really cool. Others are just kind of fun, even a couple of Easter eggs. Like, for one, there's going to be one called Ancient Torrent. Explain the histories of the lands itself. Then there's ABCs for Barbarians, which is more of an Easter egg than anything else. Tanop's last words is, I guess, a mixture of both. And a few of them are almost incoherent ramblings, using esoteric meanings and terms, and it makes somewhat sense if you kind of disband your beliefs and things. It's kind of like saying a madman can make some sense now and then. I mean, it's true. You can definitely find good meaning in it, but I'm gonna try. Another thing. One of the lore books in particular, which I'm both looking forward to and not at all, is a last addition to the books lines, and something that I was talking to the owner about, which he gave a story for a contest. Oh man, that contest. It's gonna be fun to do, like, see what kind of quests I can get up to. But big thing was a storyline for a robot, which jogged my memory like nothing else. I was like, wait a minute. Gears click into place. An idea I basically shelved for like 3 months, because I just didn't know it'd be any use at all, came back to life in an instant. In one of my older lore entries when I first joined this server, I was getting some ideas on maybe some lore stuff and maybe things to do. One of the things I mentioned was this entity called Infernus, which this entity would be a half machine, well, in a sense, this is a biomechanical machine that 3 people's conscience has been hooked up to preserve their life and expand the empire they're running. In history's terms, they would fall into ruin and the furnace machine would be lost to time. Yet there's some remnants of it still being remaining, which goes into a bunch of stuff I'm working on still, but the main thing is the plus line will expand into both isolation and a few other things. Also messing with something called the world mechanism. How the world works, operates. How things do things. Something like that. Essentially, the Clockwork City expansion is meant to be an explanation as to why things are the way they are. Working with quasi-lore and all sorts of stuff. Kind of giving meaning to things that sometimes don't have any meaning. Just a fun thing I'm thinking about. Thinking maybe too deeply into it, who knows. I haven't gotten any sleep, so it's a fun time to just speculate, think, and innovate. I still can't wait though for one character in particular. I've mentioned him before. One of my characters I'm writing for this quest line called Terra Nova. Oh man, I'm loving that character, what I'm doing with him. Because I've never written an egotistical character before, and now I'm having such a fun time. Of just him being snarky and making his remarks. So I was reading something. I'm having such a fun time writing Terra Nova because he's really smarky and snarky, making quips about everything and just. I wouldn't say talking down. I wouldn't say talking down to people, but he's definitely not uplifting anyway. And every sentence is always him telling about how great he is. Heck, in one of the quests I was writing, like, you're a phonograph, no doubt. Oh yes, I know why you're here. Here are my great exploits, the things I've done. Well, I know you want to help me out, so I'll offer you a chance to help me. I know it's probably a big stream, right? Anyways, and it just goes on and on. I wouldn't say he's autistic. He's oblivious to his own egotistical nature. And he thinks he really is in the center of everything. Most things are all around his doing. It's a fun quest for me to do. But it's also a fine line between a complete jerk and also pretty likable at the same time. Because he's no fool, but man does he act like one. I would say he is an entertaining fool, if he wasn't at least that stupid. Because he plays the main part in the quest line, so I can't make him like actually dumb and stupid. But also not making him the smartest man either. He's somewhere in the middle. Or he's knowledgeable of things, but he's not all-knowing. He has reasons to believe why he's the best around, but he's certainly not. That's kind of the main balance I'm going with for that guy. It's a hard balance. But man, I'm loving every second of writing his dialogue. Shame though I can't finish it for now until I get some more stuff for locations around the server. I had to stop his dialogue midway through because I can't work on it much more. Shame right now, but I don't know what to add next. Although one of the people on the server has some really cool ideas, like, some soul lanterns. Another time. There's one more thing I was also thinking about, although it's more or less rambling, this is pure thinking on this, was the idea of that world mechanism. There is a specific interactive cutscene I was thinking of doing, where you would interact with certain things around this big room. I would call it the world's workshop. You would teleport after a main event into this workshop in a very specific area. That was somewhat meaning. And in this area, we kind of get some answers to some big questions we're all asking. The main thing about this quest location is it will give out the most insight. So as long as you're in this area, you can get the most insight into the server, including some things I was planning for the next big expansion. Sort of like a beginning and end. It will be the end for this story, but the beginning of another. And in this, you'll also get the best answers around, such as, why is it like this? Who made this? And the biggest one of all, why am I even here? Just cool things, and you have the opportunity to talk to maybe not the owner of the Clockwork City, but a robot with a consciousness copied of him. And you can ask him certain questions. That's going to be a real doozy to program. Oh man, I'm going to hate and love that. The ability to ask certain questions, but the only dialogue in the questline will be of that guy, giving you answers to questions. Kind of like your own encyclopedia if you just want to know something. If you don't, you can just exit play area? Don't think about it. You want more answers? You can actually ask them questions. It's all up to how much you want to be engaged in the story. There will be good loot at the end of each quest, but they all are optional. Nothing can be just done straight from them. Really loving it too. It's such a fun thing to start doing. Things I've never done before. I'm actually close to getting... Man, I need to repair my pickaxe. Dang it. I really need to build some type of farm around here. I'm just lazy at this point. Just laziness. Reminds me, actually, I should get coffee here sometime. Now let me build that freaking library. The library. I need to think of a cool name for it. Like a really cool name. The hall. I know. No, I'll say that for another thing. I was gonna say the halls or refined techniques will be the crafting area. Also, one other thing I'm planning, but that's maybe in here, not here or there. Since the housing district won't be done until sometime later on. But the main shopping areas will be. In fact, I got a few people who want to build shops. I got 2 people on the list. The demand will be high and the stock will be low. That's how it goes here. Because we'll have the best quality of items, but also the least supply of items. Just to keep things fair. Oh man, another thing I'm also looking extremely forward to. And it's not set in stone right now, as the plugins to do it aren't really installed yet. However, once they are, I can begin working on custom items and mobs. Oh man, it's gonna be such an undertaking, because most of the things I can get away with is just making similar structures to others. Such as swords, axes, things like that, and maybe some items and armor. But one, I cannot afford to just use a simple texture without other things. I will handle improving shops. I'll have a certain list in the city. There'll be 2 separate registration lists. One for homes, and one for shops. Whenever someone wants to be approved, I'll actually look over the paperwork themselves. You have to submit a request in the registration. Each registration will be approved by me. There will only be up to 5 shops in the city owned by players, and 2 stalls owned by me. Once the shops are set in stone, they're basically there to stay. If they're not completely active for about 3 months or so, I may think about condemning them. But it's not a really big thing right now. Not unless I have some high demand for shops. So far, 2 of the 4 or 5 shops are filled out already. And the more there are, the better. Mostly the stalls will be the best, because they're the highest tier items. But they also be extremely low stock. Just because I don't want to keep getting stuff like that and high demand. As for the shops themselves, they'll be going around this area here in Main Street. And the registration building will be in the plaza, inside the town hall, where Smith's requests are submitted. Now that I'm working on currently, like subdivisions, I'm currently working on how to use them. There will be 3 sections of this division of claims. There will be the main area of Clockwork, there will be my personal home, and then there will be the shopping district. They'll each be their own subdivisions, each with their own permissions and access. My home will be only guaranteed to just me. Most of the city will be available to everybody, with only a few actions not permitted. And the big one, which will be the shopping district, will have very specific conditions. It'll be a bit difficult to do, but I'm already planning on it. Planning ahead on it, I mean. It's a lot of stuff to work on, but I have most of it covered already. The main thing now is to work on the really big thing, which is quest lines and mobs. Those are the ones that will take the most effort. Oh no, the mobs. I'm not looking forward to coding and messing with other stuff like that. I've done it before, and I'm not looking forward to doing it again. But the fabricant subgroup of mobs will be really cool. And the boss, I'm still debating on what to do with that. Either make it a redstone boss, or an actual mob of some kind, like a sub-boss fight. A mini-boss. Still thinking. May or may not. But the reward for killing this boss will be a custom item. I'm still thinking what to do with that. The end game stuff is the part I'm not fully on the path with. But the beginning stuff I've pretty much worked out. Including a spot for some of the main NPCs in the overworld. Oh man, it's only hard to find. I think I also got to mess with some building materials. For some shacks and stuff. Difficult. But worth it. Oh, I hear something. Oh, don't tell me I stumbled. Don't tell me I stumbled on another one. Oh man. I'm getting tired of them now. I keep stumbling upon deep, dark regions. Wait a minute. I'll still spawn the deep, dark. What am I hearing? Where is this? Is it above or below? Oh man. Don't tell me what I stumbled onto. I don't want to know. I don't need to repair my pickaxe. Oh, I'm not even close to done yet. Oh well, cut off from here and start repairing my pickaxe. Does that still show up? Yep. I don't need any more deep slate. After 20-something chests of deep slate, I don't need any more. I have too much. 20-something chests, and I can't get rid of any of it right now until I open up my shop. Which will probably be in the city. Or maybe... maybe not. It'll be a... Wait a minute, it'll be a stand probably. That could work. Just a tight stand for deep slates. Cheap. Oh, jeez. Well, Torrent, you want to come down here and grab it? You can take as much deep slate as you want. I got over 20 chests filled with it. And I'm either giving it away or selling it either way. I don't want any more. I've had enough. Let's see, what's on that to-do list? Besides mine, all that deep slate. Took me 3 weeks, no, I mean 2 weeks to use about 8 double chests of deep slate, but it was basically non-stop building. I worked up over double what that was in 3 days. So I should be good. Good minds think alike. I'm thinking of making a sort of stand play shops as well. They'll be working on different systems though, mainly just redstone systems. I'm not going to make them full on shops with the UI. They're just something extra to be a bit special. I don't need to do it, but it'd be nice to do it. There'll be 4 stands in total in the plaza, and 5 or 4 shops in the main city. I'm thinking only 2 shops, but may do 4. It just depends on how much room I have. Plus another thing I'm working on with, again, with coffee is that library. Filled with both lore books and other things. Oh no, I forgot to dump the tuff. Oh man. Also got so much freaking... A lot of gold, a lot of things. Another day, another dollar. I don't know what it's doing. I don't think things through. Basically tossing that as well. Oh, yeah, we kidding me. Another one. So much is going wrong. I should prepare my pickaxe first and foremost. Yeah. Well, that's not that bad. Thank the Lord I did not break my shovel. That's happened too many times now. I lost too many shovels this way. The hardest thing I have to work on with this whole expansion is opening up the city to a teleport network. Which I will do eventually, but won't be something I'll start off with. Since the event's going to be the main quest line for a while. But eventually it'll be linked up to the main hub. I think it'll be pretty cool. Or I think it's designed for the portal. For now though, it's all about mining and questing. Oh, quest writing. That's a lot to do. Well, I don't know what to do here, but just kill. Well, I guess it's also literally kill time. Is that literally? I don't think so. Why did this do this to me? Let's see. Not much to do, it seems, besides just kill some time and repair my stuff. It's my armor. Real protection on some of these. Oh, dig it. What's that? Ah, never mind. I'm really tempted to write in one of my favorite characters from any type of game, which is the legendary Captain Quark. If you know him, you know him. I'm thinking of writing a character similar to him in the quest line as just a joke and one off. And if I do, it'll be probably the most fun I have with the quest. Is writing the lunacy of Quark in a essence of character. That'll be a real fun time. Man literally flushed himself to freedom in a prison toilet. I can write a lot about that. But they're trying to, you know, the story of him is a tale for another time. It's just insane. And then he got hit on the head and became thought he was a monkey, and it's just a lot of weird stuff with Quark. I love the story of Quark so much. It's so dumb. He made an arch nemesis by nugging him and tossed him into a vat of acid. He's a superhero who can't do his job. Oh man, I can talk all day on the legendary exploits of Quark. last thing I'll mention, just because I'm thinking about it, is the personal hydrogenator. That is its own beast. And something I don't want to think about. This can take a while. Well, on the bright side of a nice stream to keep me some mind. Yeah. I'd say it's relaxing, but really it's making time maybe slower. I need to make an upgraded mob farm. I'm so lazy, I don't want to work with it. And the XP failed. Yeah. Well, this is getting close. I get to dump all this tough. As soon as the new update comes out, I'll have a monopoly on tough. I don't know if that's good or bad. I guess there's some good in it. When the new tough blocks come out, at least I'll be able to make some stuff out of it. I mean, I thought I was paranoid and just kind of weird for keeping a stockpile of tough. I guess it's paying off now. What, like 4 double chests full of tough. I never use it because it doesn't look very good, but I guess I can use it next time, I guess. Something. The real prize is those copper grates. Oh man, I love building with those. Cool bridges, testing chambers. I'll be having some fun times. Oh, the love for copper grates and the cracker. I'm gonna have some fun. I don't know what to do with it quite yet. Well, that's a lie, I do know. I have some ideas. I am both looking forward to the crafter and not, for the sheer same reason for both. On one hand, I've got an amazing tool which I can use for a factory. On the other hand, I need to figure out how to use it for a factory. I've already installed some help, and I don't think I'll get it. In this case, I'm on my own. I figured I'd use the crafter for a factory. It will be both fun and horrific. I'll love every second of it. The halls of fabrication. A monstrosity of creation. Oh, there's Torrent. And oh, that's nice. I'm still waiting for my pickaxe to finally see it's not working. Well, my ideas are paying off. It means something, I guess. I just gotta figure out some stuff about the quest, and I'll probably be pretty cool. To fill my that's the wrong thing. To see my dreams come true. That's I guess a dream come true? I don't know. My food, yeah. In a way, it makes me sad too, but for a whole different reasons. I'm not going to get into that issue of why I'm sad over it, but that's its own issue to talk about someday. I'll have to work on still. I expect this to be months of work. A few weeks left of quest writing and implementing or whatever else for the mobs and items. What I love doing the fabricant models up is really cool. There'll be 3 fabricant mobs. There'll be the spider, the most simple. There'll be the hulking, the most powerful, which will be one of the most, not as powerful as a boss, maybe like a mini boss, a hulking fabricant. Then there'll be the verminous fabricant, which just be kind of fast, but also kind of weak. They deal a lot of damage, they're very fast, but they don't take very many hits. I think it'd be a really cool thing to do. Is this full? It's almost full. I'm on a field day making those fabricants and balance them. But making them spawn in specific regions, that's going to be a bit tough. I have some ideas for spawning in desert regions or desert places, but that's a lot of work. Really cool. But I have a different name for a boss, which I call the Imperfect. Which the lore of it is the creation of imperfections created form into a type of living entity. I'm still working on most of it, whether making a mob or a redstone boss, either way. The Imperfect is an awesome boss that I'm planning on. And it will be the main reason you get the best legendary or mythic item, the Clockwork Blade. Plus there'll be some, hulking fabricants as well during that whole mission too, because it's not going to be an easy thing to do. You get the boss and different types of mobs surrounding him. It'll be a type of raid. I think it would be pretty cool. But the Imperfect is something I am not tackling for a while. That's a whole beast of itself, literally, to do. I am waiting the longest I can to work on it. Because after the mobs are done, that'll be the final thing to work on is the boss. And I expect that to take days. Just planning and doing other things with it. Not to mention the actual mythic item. Which I have not had a plan to do yet. Which I can implement, I mean. I know it's going to happen, I just don't know how. But yes, I'm really excited about those fabricant mobs. They'll specifically spawn in desert regions and sanded areas. Because the server doesn't have too many, which is one of the least, the least populated biomes is the desert. And for the lore reason as to why deserts, I'll explain that in a bit. Since there's only one big desert in the whole server, I can get away with a lot of it. And I'll make an outpost in the biggest desert and explain why they're there. Because the lore reason is time itself is... I forgot to get rid of the tough. Time itself is kind of coming undone right now. It's not the end of the world, but it's not very good either. And a lot of it is repairing things. That's why I made the Chronographer faction. They're a faction based on fixing time hiccups and screw-ups. You can actually join the faction of Chronographers and gain some of their gear within a special item set. Well, half a set. Which will be Chronographer gear. Which is a utility gear, mainly. It can't really be used for combat of any kind. And its durability will be pretty low, so even if you did, it won't be worth it. So you gotta either repair it constantly, or try to put mending on it. It's a balancing form to make sure everything's kinda worth it, and has its own use. The only combat-oriented item I will have is the mythic item, which will be better than netherite, but not too overpowered either. Plus, there'll be no way to repair it besides mending, so if you don't have it, you're kind of out of luck. There's some of the items I can repair them, but same issues really. Kind of out of luck when they break. There. My favorite part of this whole project is actually my special thing with my house, which after, 3 months on the server, I finally get a house that's not just a base between base, which I'm happy for. I've been wanting one forever now, and I finally get one. And also the cutscene I'm working on, which is the ending of the story, which is a big undertaking I'm trying to work on. An interactive cutscene that will give you more questions to the lore if you want it, or you can simply leave. It's a skippable cutscene, if you will. You can either watch it and learn more, or you can skip it and head back home. Whatever happens, it's all up to you. And that cutscene to speak to, like, the, what's it called, the robot consciousness of the creator of Clockwork City, who will explain what's going on. It's all optional stuff, you don't have to do it. I'm not gonna subject the people that want to listen to the lore to not listen to the lore. If you want to learn more about it, it's there for the pickings. If not, perfectly fine. I think I hear them. There's some over there. I hear them somewhere in the walls. They're in the walls. With these next few rows, I may call it here and maybe take a nap. Then get started back on writing. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm starting on the third act of the quest lines right now because the second act I can't really do right now until I get some more information on lore locations and storylines. So I'm writing the final act right now. I got up to the, I wouldn't say the homicidal robots, but the less than functional robots. That's a fun thing to write about, is those robots not rebelling, but they aren't really working quite right, and they kind of speak very strangely. It's a fun thing to write about robots that don't work quite right. Kind of like the city's malfunctioning, it's your job to fix the robots. It's a fun thing I'm trying out. But the robots having a unique name to them called factotums. They're these kind of sentient robots. They don't really think too well. They have a dull sentience. They think and can act, but don't do a whole lot. At least not very well. Kind of like the intelligence of a very smart dog. They can do stuff, just not much. They're smart, but they aren't very good at coordination. If they aren't programmed for it, they probably can't do it very well. They can't learn very well. It's a fun thing to write about. Those robots not really taking everything into consideration. And also to make a ton of skins too for custom characters, which is going to be an undertaking. I've never quite done before. I made my own skin, but it shows. I got to practice and get out of my way. Yeah, practice. Alright, I'll do this one last strip and I'll call it for now. Because I am tired, I haven't got any sleep and it shows. The main thing I want to get done with this area is this will be the main street here, a shopping area, as well as my own house region. Possibly some other things. No idea yet. Two of them will already be shops. Plaza will have some for Dizzy Dorm. I'm thinking about it. Bombsumshend. Thoussard Dummetin. I love these names, they can go on forever. Anyway. I'll probably call it here for now. I got much stuff to do. Just gotta get some sleep so I can hope to do things later. There's a lot going on the server, and I'm running a lot in the background. I may not look busy, but I'm quite busy right now. I'm not doing something, I'm just resting up from doing too much. This is going to be a fun time for me, though. New things I haven't done before, so I'm happy. Anyway, I may call it from here. When I get back, I'll start mining again. Or working on some quest lines, either way. A lot to do, and I got so much done already. This area is massive, and it's still not done yet. So I'd love maybe 25, 30 more blocks ahead. Just such a cool area under here. Plus the area I will do for the main Boston section called the Under Construction, which will be the final section of the main quest. Which will take you to the very heart of the world itself, the world's mechanisms. a workshop of itself, to understand and better the world. It would be a cool setting for the last bit of quest, and the answers anyone wants to know, at least for the time and story. Man, I'm gonna have a hard time building that room. It has to be, like, unique and cool. Oh, that's nice to know. The network finally be online. We need to work on that guild for the server as well at some point. That'll be a cool thing to add in addition to the city too, as the guild hall. Another time now. Anyways, I'm out. Bye bye.